Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the third session. As we have already completed first session as the introduction, second session as a company's brief. So we are continuing the same. Today also we'll explore the companies and further an extension to that. I'm going to cover the skills required for the industry, IT industry. Okay. Yes, for software industry or IT industry. Okay. Right. This is a kind of foundation right from the scratch I'm covering for freshers point of view. Okay. It may be more for the experienced okay profiles. So because one time the I want to give the complete in and out clarity so that tomorrow no deviation at all. Because yes, IT skills or software skills required for are expected by the software companies that we are going to cover today in detail. Yes. So I'll again I'm going back. Yes, the reason behind is right mindset problem. This is again I'm coming back to the same topic because we have to stick to one area, confine to one area. Once decisions done, then no need of deviation from the our core area to other areas. Suppose why I am coming. Suppose if you say that eliminate all options like this. If you say I am into IT, I want to continue with IT. So for the rest of the career, rest of the life, we have to continue with software industry only. That's it. So that's the reason we want to know in and out of complete knowledge of our industry related information we are going to discuss because we want to continue the here only. Second, in the industry you will find so many platforms, so many programming languages, so many things are there. It's a kind of like confusion for a fresher which area to choose, which course is on demand and all. This is a common question by the freshers and all. So we are going to discuss in detail of comparison of non-IT versus non-SAP versus SAP technologies. Why I have chosen SAP as a career and what are the best opportunities in SAP only. Yes, I will give some genuine reasons, listed reasons why we will stick to SAP. Yes, and again because so that we will eliminate the other non-SAP things. First eliminate non-IT, eliminate non-SAP, then finally come to the in SAP we are going to start our journey within programming language called as ABAP. Okay, so start with ABAP, and in this journey we are going to learn with ABAP extension courses also there. But initially we learn ABAP first. Once we get a job after entering into industry, you will get a that is learning is a kind of two types. One is to get into industry, we have to learn the basic subject. After that, after getting job, that is called as on-job learning. So the companies are also providing KT sessions, knowledge sharing sessions, like daily as and when required project specific trainings are also there. Okay, so learning is a separate stream is there in every IT company. So ABAP we will cover in detail in the next upcoming topic. Hope you guys understand the importance of this mindset issues. So we are coming to one by one. We are still in this area only. Okay, right. I'm coming to this particular topic, right? So, for a fresher's point of view, we have discussed, explained the career dimensions, how to come to the clarity and all. Then, the software companies. Then there is a one word called as Fortune 500 companies. So, the IT point of view, even non-IT point of view, we can go for a Fortune 500 companies list is there. Fortune is a magazine. They do a survey and they have a listed companies are there. That is top MNCs, top level proven companies are listed as a Fortune 500. You can go on the Google and search, you will come to know the list. So you, because this company's names and the classifications and all, yes, we are going to cover. We are targeting a level 5 companies. I already discussed level 5 companies, they do maintain a lot of standards. So then again, classified as a product based, service based. Yes. So then again, non IT companies, core industries also, core companies are also industry specific also we have covered. Yes. So the inter-relevance, interconnectivity between this also I covered it. So because this is very important for us to understand to work in a project. Yes. Suppose if we are working at SAP company level, then we will be act like a SAP developer. That is, we are part of the core development part. So those who are associated with the headquarter, they are into R&D. They do work in the SAP core development part. Yes, they will be act like SAP. Then who are working with a service-based or consulting companies, then they are called as ABAP developer or ABAP consultant. Yes, there is a difference. Then after that, then who are associated with client or customer or core industry, we are calling them as a users. Okay, customer and users, end users. Finally, end users are final users, those who are using the end product. Okay, yes. So we will come back in a in detail manner how this is connected and all. Right. So then now we got some listed companies of uh, product based, service based, and core industries also. Right. Next, here today we are going to discuss in detail of how do we explore one company. Yes, explore software company. Yes, IT company. Yes, it can be anything. So how do we go for this? First, if you look at like my presentation since 2 3 is the third session, like I'm using lot of okay yes IT related words are there, vocabulary is there, IT related terminology we can call it as IT specific terminology, we have to use it, we have to adapt it. Yes, because I'm using lot of words, buzzwords related to industry. Yes, this is very, very, very important because if you go to the every industry have their own words specific to their respective core industry. Similarly, when it comes to software industry, we have a lot of words and keywords we are using SAP specific and as well as ABAP specific, even the core industry specific. So if whatever I'm using, you have to closely observe and monitor and note it down. You can come and join with me. You can talk to me in the Google Meet session morning 8 to 9. Already link is shared with you. Yes, because it's not a one-way session, just whatever the knowledge I have, I want to just share it with you in a one way. No, I want to interact or you can interact with me directly and clarify. I'm here to clarify all of your queries. Okay, all of your doubts. But you have to go through each and every video, every session, and make a list of questions, doubts. Come here and discuss. That is a kind of Q&A session. That is a kind of discussion session, and I am going to support your exercises and assignments. I'll check wherever you stuck. I'm going to guide over there by sharing my screen and your screen. Okay, that is the purpose of that Google Meet discussion morning fixed 8 to 9. Okay, yes. So, yes, this is most important. When we attend interviews also, the interviewer verifies the vocabulary because we cannot simplify the standardized definitions into in our own way. because the way the words, the keywords we use, based on that the other people, the audience, the when we go in a corporate presentation also, everywhere this is important. The vocabulary, we powerful vocabulary we use it, that shows our experience basically. So this guy is having lot of experience based on the words itself represents that. That's why this vocabulary matters a lot, but it doesn't come overnight. Even I have developed this with a lot of passion and with a lot of efforts through also. Even each and everything I have noted it, and I can keep on using. If even today also that learning curve is going on, it's a complete till last minute we have to learn. Learn the subject. Apart from that, in addition to that, like these words also I am learning. Okay, right. So anything, if it is, if you feel typical, I'll explain in the that I this Google Meet session, right? So that's why this is most important concept, right? Coming to the next one, like how do we go for the company's point of view? So if you take any company, first every company is also have a, yes, fixed logo. Yes, company is a fixed logo. Logo means that is a reserved trademark. Yes, our SAP is also have a fixed logo. Then Oracle logo is fixed. That is, there is a, you can find R. R means reserved. TM means trademark. So Microsoft logo, that is the reserved fixed. Copyrights are there. We cannot copy it. So logo is their own proprietary to identify their own brand. Okay, that is one thing. Second, the companies also have taglines, okay, or captions. Yes. Example, our SAP tagline or caption is the best run business run by SAP. That is the SAP caption. If you go to Accenture, high performance delivered. So this way, every company have their own fixed taglines are also based on that. Also, we can identify that. Next, if you go to the history point of view, so companies, yes, also have history. Yes. Suppose if you go to the Wipro Technologies, Wipro initially started with Wipro lights, Wipro tubes, Wipro electricals. Then later they enter into Wipro, that sunflower oils. Then after that, Wipro entered into Wipro Technologies, Wipro Infotech. This way, they entered into IT division. That is core. Even if you look at Mahindra and Mahindra, is they are core into automobile industry, but they entered into Tech Mahindra. Okay, that is their IT division. Even if you look at ITC Kolkata based company, they are into good at a tobacco company. Basically, ITC Infotech, they have a IT division. ITC hotels, ITC papers, paper mills. So there are, that is every company origin industry is different, original industry, but they extended their services into IT. So it is always it's a good practice to go through it at least one time. How exactly this company evaluated, which year they have started the services, and year by year their award and rewards, their achievements, everything. If you go through the company, every company, there is a one section called as history, where you will find at least one time. It's a best practice to go through it. Okay, so my suggestion is, today you can go through some at least 5 6 product based companies websites, 5 6 service based companies websites, 5 6 like core companies are also. Because yes, the what exactly the advantage is that a lot of, if you go through their websites first, okay, then I'm moving towards the websites or URLs, uniform resource locator, that is fixed URL. So even we don't know the URL, you will find in Google. Yes, there itself you will find the URL. Right. So if you go in detail of that particular link, you will find the complete details of the that particular company. Okay. Yes, what kind of, yes, every company have their own URLs also there. Suppose companies naming conventions, suppose in India we call it as private limited companies, right? This is the way we are naming it as. LTD means limited companies. Yes, sometimes there is a LLC, limited liability partner, limited liability companies are also there. This is another type of nomenclature, naming conventions followed in a company. But that is Indian style. If you go to the European region, we will get as SAP AZ, SAP AZ, Bayer AZ, okay, BMW Motors AZ, yes, like that. So this is AZ is the suffix used by the European based companies, which gives the like a similar meaning of the limited. If you go to the US based companies, we have Microsoft INC, okay, Oracle INC, yes, I capital NC, Incorporation, yes, Oracle INC, yes. Like all US based companies have, this is INC, right? So this is the standardized nomenclature followed by a country to country. It differs from country to country. Yes, this is one type of information, right? So fixed URLs are there. You can go through it. What exactly, if you go through that, you will get a career option. How this company is going to recruit the employees are also, every company, yes, yeah, they are posting their requirements in their website, or else you can approach to that company like HR at the rate so and so company.com. You can mail your resumes to that company. That is career options. Okay, recruitment options. Okay, what are kind of openings are there in that particular company? You can check out in the particular websites. Okay, right. Next, coming to the second one is companies. We have two types of status, legal status. You can say that, that is proprietary companies, okay, or partnership companies. Okay. Proprietary means like single owner, just like Azim Premji runs the Wipro completely. Ratan Tata, he is the one man show. That is completely they have the single person started their vision and mission. I already explained. You can go and read their vision and mission statement also. Yes, this is whether it is a proprietary firm or partnership. Partnership is, Infosys is a partnership company. That is like two, three, SAP is also a partnership company. Yes, like two, three members collaboratedly they have started uh, this company. What happens? What is the advantage of partnership? The responsibility is shared, and finally, the final result comes with revenues, profits also shared by the partners equally. Yes, right. This is about one of the information. Next, we have to look at the next topic is their headquarter and branches. So companies can be classified as US based companies, okay, India based, European based, UK based companies, German based, Japan based, yes, France based, and as well as India based. So what is the meaning of that? Based. Based means basic origin country. So US based companies, they have their main office, okay, at US, and they have opened the branches in all other countries. That is, they extended their business or services into US. Suppose if you look at Microsoft Development Center is there at US, and the second one is at Hyderabad. Only outside of the, yes. Even we heard recently that Google also going to, one is in USA and the second one is into Vizag. They are going to data center. They are planning at Vizag. That is the recent latest news we know, right? So this is about your, what is the origin country. If you go to the Atos, that is a France-based company. So many European-based companies are all there. Our SAP is from Germany-based company. Yes. So a lot of Indian-based companies, TCS, Tata Consulting Service, um, Techem, simply we call it as Tech Mahindra is also, Infosys also, Wipro also, these are all comes under Indian based companies. So even they have extended into other countries also. So this is where is their global headquarters and where are their branches. So we come across GCC, Global Capability Centers. This is one of the word you can find it here, and there is a one more word called as ODC. ODC stands for Offshore Development Centers. Where are their development centers are there? And okay, offshore delivery centers. Sorry, okay, delivery centers are there. Yes. So you can find the branches and all, right, within. Suppose in India, most of the headquarters are placed in Bangalore, and they have uh, branches in Pune, Mumbai, or Noida in the north side. Some are at Gujarat, Ahmedabad, and east side you can find it at Kolkata. Then again in the south, we have Hyderabad, Vizag, then Bangalore and Mysore, from Mangalore. Next, some companies are at Mangalore. Then if you go to Chennai and Cochin, Coimbatore, sorry, then Cochin and Trivandrum, Kerala. So this way you can find the companies' basic locations, headquarters and branches and all. You can explore further level. Right, next. So if it is a product based company, you can find a list of the products, and if next otherwise services. So suppose, as I said, some companies, their the companies are established for a particular area, focusing on particular area. They do, some are focusing on only hardware, some are into only IT enabled service, some are into pure development, some are into consulting, some deal with only multimedia projects, some are only deal, it depends what exactly their vision. Accordingly, these companies, they develop products and they provide services also. You can find it. Next, you will find the clients list. Clients are customers list. Yes. This company is serving to already, or else already serving from the past 10 years, 20 years. These are all the clients list or customers list also. You can find over there. Right. And again, yes, you can go to news and events. Yes, what are all the latest new achievements or upcoming any kind of events they are going to conduct it, like celebrations, anniversaries, and all. Completely, yes, achievements of the employees, awarding, rewarding systems, everything you can find it on the news and events section, right? And finally, we have one trend called as acquisition and merging. Yes, that is called as M&A, merge and acquisition, or acquisition and merging. This is very important, because top companies are acquiring small companies, or else one large company acquired by another large companies are also, it will happen. That is, that kind of acquisition means acquiring one company by others. Examples we will consider, like there is a mind tree, you know, mind tree. acquired by acquired by LT L&T, sorry, L and T, yes, uh, L&T. So after that, they renamed it as, now it is called as LTI Mindtree. Okay, LTI Mindtree. Yes. So even Capgemini also acquired Canway earlier, and recent acquisition also happened, and moreover that Techem Mahindra also acquired Satyam, in olden days, that story. So this way, like we have so many uh, acquisition merging is happening at industry. You can also go through it, which company had acquired by which company. Yes, this is another example. You can find it over here, right? So just if you go to this, yes, like if you find Infosys websites, just quick recap. Yes, go through the company, go through the website. In at least one time, you have to study the website, the respective websites in detail, so that you will come to know lot of new updated information. These websites are, every company have their own unique websites. If you go to the, because we have two types, Deloitte Global is there, Deloitte India is there, EY Global, EY India. Because there is a one more company list is called as big four companies, we call it as. Big four companies are four types of companies. We have Deloitte, EY, KPMG, and one more is PwC. These four companies comes under. They are auditing firms also. Okay, yes, big four companies we call them as. Right. So then you can find it. EY Global, EY India, Deloitte Global, Deloitte India. So sometimes when you log in, based on the location, it will take you to the global websites. Otherwise it will take you to the your login country location specific, it will take you to that country specific website also. You can find it here. So lot technology information, latest updated news, everything, words, yes, what is happening, yes, as on today, because they are keep on updating this websites, their investors, and everything you can find it over here, there, completely. There is a corporate presentation URL, one video is also there. You can refer, one video gives complete end to end. Suppose IBM is a 100 years old company. If you go through that particular video, you'll get complete, yes, information. See here, you can find it company navigation links, subsidiaries, their sister concerns, another companies, what kind of programs they do. And one more important thing is called as, we have like corporate responsibilities, as called as CSR activities. Okay, yes, social responsibilities, they do it. Corporate social responsibility, yes, what kind of, yes, their revenue, their percentage giving back to society, that is the concept. So some we have Ajim Premji Foundation, Narayan Murthy Foundation, Infosys Foundation, like that. We have what kind of Microsoft Foundation, yes, their revenue they are sharing back to society. They have their specific areas they're working, each company. Okay, some are helping to the ARPAN, some are like different areas they focus. So this is about your overall company's statements and all. Okay, right. If you go to, yes, TCS, okay, right. I'm just giving a, yeah, who we are, what we do. Just see each link. You can refer the logo. Yes, this is the global website. Our country will, if you will refer to here, yes. industries. Okay, TCS is providing service to these many industries. Industry specific links are there. What kind of services they do? Cloud services, analytic services, consulting services, cyber security, IoT. Then again, you can get into the TCS, Cyan Digital is there. TCS, so many, they are into many areas, many platforms, many products, R&D innovation, alliances. Then, okay, if you go to next website, yes, this is your brand leadership community, their core values, their, yes, insights, events, global studies, their paper presentations, their, okay, India specific, Americas, then Asia Pacific region, European region, Middle East region, Africa regions, news is a countries, what which countries they have, completely investors forum. Yes, you will find the finally. Okay. So now if you look at product based, if you go to Microsoft website, even we don't know. So click here, you'll find all Microsoft 365 Teams, Copilot, Windows and all. If you which area you want to explore completely. Microsoft also into hardware. Okay, yes. Right, software and hardware. Yes. You can find it Microsoft Edge. Yes. This is your if you go to the Windows section, that is subsection. Windows completely. Windows 11, latest one. Features, everything is explained completely. Okay. Yes. In details. So this is the high international level this website is was developed. We will look at Oracle. Yes. Similar way, we'll look at SAP website also. Yes, this is the fixed trademark. You'll find, see, if you want to go for visiting India specific, see, this is the, because my laptop, my location based, so this is the chart bot. If you want any kind of services, this is a kind of AI tool, or else that is, so you know, thanks. Okay, you can continue, accept all cookies, then you can go with further level. Yes, you can get, see, this is the Oracle. They're leaders in database, the robust database, right? They also entered into cloud services, okay, cloud application, hardware and software completely. Yes. So Oracle acquired Sun Microsystem, that is Java was from Sun Microsystem. Now completely Sun acquired by Oracle, right? So that's why, like, okay, Sun is not a no longer as an independent company. It is a Oracle's Java. We call it as, okay. Yes, the name itself they renamed completely. So you can find all kind of software from the products from the Oracle industries. They are covering the resources completely, right? Then you will find customer programs, you will find partners, yes, you will find a developers list, and companies are also. So this is one of the companies exploring websites and all, right? IT companies. So a lot of new information, you, whenever time permits, you can refer it, go through it, because as I said, you can find so many companies, okay, so many companies, IT companies, you can make a list and you can refer to their websites. So a lot of new updated information you will get it. Then next, you can also explore some core companies, because finally we'll sit in a IT company, but finally we are serving to, we are providing services to these sectors only, these industries only. So that's why sometimes once we visit to the client place on site, we have to have some kind of their industry specific words, vocabulary, terminology. Say example, we say in the industry we use for term called as factory, but that is somebody says factory, but we will also call it as a plant. But more or less both are same. So the industry specific terms also important. You can explore some automobile industries, textile, electrical, electronics, each industry specific also you can at least refer. Okay, yes. Suppose if you go to Ford Motors, yes, because it will take you to their website ford.com. Yes, you can find it complete. Yes, complete in and out. Okay, yes, with the complete. Yes, their latest innovation completely. Automobile industry, top companies, BMW Motors, Bench, all those stuff. You can refer to each every um, okay websites. So this is just like I'm here to create awareness only. Rest of the explore you have to do. Okay. So this is all about exploring a company. Clear? Hope you are understanding this. Next, I'm going back to the website. I explained, sorry, PPT, why we have to stick to IT. I already explained. Companies list, product and service based. Consulting companies, I have explained it. Then companies taglines also explained. This all this list also explained. Now we are moving towards the next topic is called as IT company. So if you look at in IT company, we work in a laptop or desktops are provided by the companies, and there are a lot of other departments, HR, finance, almost to provide different services to the IT employees. There are several departments that you will come to know later after joining into that. But if you look at in a IT company point of view, IT employees, okay, basically they do projects. In IT company, what is our job? What is our role? Majorly, we are part of development. We are working in a projects. So you are into project or you are into bench or project to project between you have a gap that is called as a bench period. Yes, because IT company uh, always recruit extra resources, extra workforce because all of a sudden the project comes, then what happens? They cannot hire immediately. That's why they always maintain a pool or lot of extra employees because in IT company what happened hiring is a systematic process. Even firing also have a one type of process. Hire and fire we call it as. Fire means termination. Yes. So because when we start a IT company journey, initially for 3 months or 6 months we will be in a probationary period. In that period, you can quit. Our company can terminate us by 1 day notice period or 1 day or 2 days. But when it comes to after 6 months, we will be considered as a permanent employees. Our probationary period completed, we will be considered as a permanent employees to the company. So that after permanent, the terms differs. Like we have to give 3 months notice period minimum if you want to go to leave the company, or else similar way the company want to terminate. Okay, also they will give 3 months notice. That is the standard. That is 3 months means 90 days will get enough time, ample time to serve for the to search for the next alternative job. Okay, alternative company. Yes. So this is the way we can okay the hire procedure and the firing procedure. Right. Then because every industry is also have ups and downs, similarly IT companies also have the same thing because most of the US based companies, US dependent companies, so when there is some kind of changes or policies changed by US, then definitely the entire globe is getting affected. That's what in IT industries also uh, some type of sometimes there is a on demand so crazy, it is on boom we call it. A second all of a sudden recession comes, then boom comes, then recession comes. This is a kind of cycle. So we no need to worry about it. We have seen so many things, but once we have good knowledge, good skills, and definitely we can survive in the market in a long-term career. No need to worry a lot, right? So then I'm going to the cover the positions point of view. Yes, what kind of employment are there in the software industry? Because majorly, primarily, broadly speaking, there are main important positions are developers, or we call them as programmers. Programmers or developer positions are more in IT industry, right? Second, there are testers are there. Testing is also, yes, testers. Then the third one is administrators. Then the last one is trainers. Yes, just I have my own analysis. Uh, okay, there may be a little here and there it might differs. So we will see if you are looking at a software company where you are fit to or positioned to, okay, or aim to. Yes. How do you plan your career in a software company? I'm coming to that point. Like it all depends on two types of skills. First, check your skills, your personal interest. Based on that, you have to decide which area you fit to. Yes, because yesterday I told you like everything's run by your skills, okay, and your passion that only drives to the rest of the life, rest of the IT career. So that's why we have to be, before deciding to the area, we have to observe which area is suitable for me. Okay, that analysis is must. So I'm going to cover this particular area. Like if you look at any IT company, just product based or service based. And one more thing I forgot. Actually, why I covered this also, because to nowadays you will get a jobs at a three levels, at three areas. That means hundreds of product based, thousands of service based, thousands of core companies. That means why I said you prepare a list means you have a number of companies are there to provide a job, because yes, that's what the real fact is. Even because we not only aim for product based and service based, we can also look at core companies are also recruiting direct software engineers into their core industry. Okay, because if you look at Tata Motors, when they give the complete paper advertisement, full page paper advertisement, what they give all positions as a their core industry positions. But at the bottom disclaimer statement, they will write that for all the above positions, the candidate must have a IT skills, software knowledge, or we are using so and so software. That knowledge is expected. Addition, add-on thing, and better to have. It is a good to have the IT knowledge. So that means software engineers will get into core industries also. Working at client place is also have a very good experience and exposure. Will get lot of high-end packages over here. Good packages, good remuneration over here. Okay. Yes, that's why a lot of openings are there in the overall. Right. Coming to the point. So what exactly the developers? So developers are more, almost I would say 60 to 70% are developers only in the any company, and the testers are 10 to 15%, remaining only 5 to 10% are administrators, and only hardly 1 or 2 3% is trainers. See, this is the way you can classify it as, right? So that's why we mostly look at into developing area, programming area. Yes. So you can search for a, suppose I have knowledge in .NET, you can search for a .NET position. I have Java knowledge, you can search for a Java position. I have SAP ABAP knowledge, you can search for a ABAP positions. This way you can. So what they do, developers generally they have to have, first primarily they have to have good knowledge in their respective area, right? Good knowledge of, that means technically they have to have sound knowledge, technical skills. Yes, yes, that is most primary skill they have to have. Yes. So whatever the course you choose, we have to have complete in and out. I would say kind of mastery. Okay, so that definitely you can expect number of jobs, not only one job, you can expect n number of jobs. That is most important. Okay, see, simply if you write in your resume that I have simply knowledge, no, you can say that I have proven knowledge, I have certifications, I have that keywords also picked by the IT, because nowadays resumes are also filtered by the AI tools. Nowadays there is a filter criteria. That's why we have to write those words. Okay, yes, that's what we have to have. Technical knowledge. Suppose if you look at SAP ABAP point of view, in the upcoming sessions, I am going to cover in and out of ABAP knowledge. If you just listen and acquire the knowledge, and definitely you can go and present in the interview and as well as project. So what is our objective is, first you have to face the interview. Second, once you clear the interview, you get into industry, then you start working in a project, right? There is a one more, project specific interviews are also there after getting into IT industry. Every project, one project completed, you exit from one project, before entering into another project you have to again go through a interview process. The client will take interview. So in this journey we are attending complete interviews. Okay, that is entire. Okay, next. So this is about your technical stuff is primarily important. In addition to that, what exactly the additional skill expected is problem solving skills. Okay, right. This is because whenever the task object is given to us, the work is given to us. So it is a issue from the client. Client is expectations are this much, this feature, this functionality, this add-on function. So how you are going, or else client is facing with a this so and so issues. How you are going to resolve that? So resolution, okay, issue resolution, problem resolution skills, problem solving skills are most important. Yes, this is one thing. Then again, logical thinking. This is most important. Yes, these skills only checks your analytical skills. If you want to solve a problem, you have to first finding out the root cause analysis. We call it as RCA. RCA stands for root cause analysis. Yes. So first find out the root, what exactly the issue is. Based on that, you can come with primary solution, alternative solution, because alternative approaches through you can finally okay give a solution to the yes user or customer, right? That is the reason they do conduct your what is that, in the campus or also they will check all those skills. Why the ability test they conduct? Okay, because the reason is these are all the skills expected by the developer. Okay, right. And the next, very important skill, mandatory skill for the developer is continuous upskill or upgrade. Okay, yes, upgrading yourself. Yes, this is kind of, we are calling it as a learning curve, learning process. So, learning is good at the initial level, what we noticed, but it should be continued till retirement also, because IT is a fast changing, it is a kind of cutting edge on demand technology, and it is a kind of fast changing technology, because the if you look at the core industries, the changes are very less. Okay, very few, very okay, you can upgrade in a slow manner also accepted, but in a IT we have to be more active to be connected in the IT industry, because if you say that for any personal reason, if you give gap for even a month or 6 months or 1 year, then if you come back to the industry, there is a lot of changes happens. Even that's why gap is not at all entertained in the this one, because it's a lot of changing changes are quite common. Why changes? Because when customer requirement is changing, accordingly the product is undergoing changes, the services are undergoing changes, everything, and the new features, new functionalities are adding to the existing. So that's why change is a common phenomenon in this industry. We have to adapt to the change. This is change management, we call it as very important. Adapt to the company policies and all, that is one thing, is adaptation to the changes. See, because our leader may change, or we may shift from one project to another project, one location to another location, one client to another client. Change may happens at every level, because it is most volatile things. Nothing is fixed in the IT. Today, as of now, this is fixed. Tomorrow, next hour, next minute, if you refresh our Outlook, we may expect any surprises also. Surprise mails in the morning or evening. So be ready to change, adapt to the changes. This is most important. Yes, and moreover, every IT company have a learning that is called as we have a separate. If you go to the Wipro, there is a talent transformation is there. Some companies have a completely L&D, learning and development is there. That division is separate, because here all developers, all programmers, apart from their having existing knowledge, they have to upskill up to the market. As on today, if you this is most important. If something is coming, we have to quickly learn and adapt. Yes, that skills is primarily skill is expected. It is a continuous learning. Okay, yes, we have to learn active, but at one stage, working in the project itself is a new learning. Daily we are learning many things without knowing our knowledge, and moreover sometimes specifically, if a new project is coming, new skill you have to upgrade, there are some kind of web based learning portals are there. Companies already recorded sessions are there. Companies have hundreds of videos are already there. PPT slides are there. You can spend hours together. Or companies are providing Udemy, Coursera. There are a lot of learning uh, areas are there. Unlimited access companies are providing. Okay, yeah, I think you might heard about, there is a famous Udemy and the course era. Yes, ERA, something like that. Yes, like that you have edX is also there. So many learning platforms are there. Technical learning, lot of other soft skills are learning all technologies. So this is also equally important. Okay. So these are all the skill set expected by the industry, skill set required for you. Okay, if you want to be a good developer, proven developer, or expert developer, okay, or you want to be a good employee also, all these things required. Hope you got some clear understanding. Okay, yes, right. Then again, we are going to the next topic, that is testers. So testing is also, it's also parallelly equally important to the development. So developers must have testing knowledge, testers must have development knowledge. It goes in hand. Why testing is important? Because if I do some development, that should undergo for the in detail testing process. It should pass all kind of test cases. So there is a testing life cycle is there. Manual testing, and there are a lot of automating tools are there. Yes. So testing, we have a list of test cases. Each case will take, we will record and we will write that test case pass or fail. So this is the kind of checklist. Yes, all these test cases. Particularly each functionality we will test it in a negative way also. Wantedly we do mistakes as if we assume that we are a user or customer end. We do mistakes, and whether we are getting the error messages or not, we will test it. So this is again most important area. Testing is also evergreen area. Both developer development, one building is there, testing another building is there, training another building is there, cafeteria another building is there. This is how the company is built. Okay, it's completely right. In the even in the development, one floor .NET projects, another level another floor, another level Java projects, another level SAP projects. This way they run the company, right, completely. So this is also, yes, in my above point of view, I will go and cover how do we test. Okay, what is unit testing, what is end user testing, what is user acceptance testing. There are 100 types of testings are there. What is regression testing, load testing, smoke volume testing, complete test strategies we are going to cover in the next. Okay, this is only the introductory part. Okay, hope you understand the reliable connectivity between these two, development followed by testing. Then next we look at the third area called as administration. So administration or administrators, the positions, like first and foremost, once your laptop or desktop, we have handled by system administrators. So system administrators, okay, what they do, they have good knowledge of Windows, Linux, or respective operating system, even Mac also, right? So they are responsible. They have to have good knowledge of hardware and operating system. All system level issues they have to handle it. Performance issues and all. That is called a system administration and administrators. Second level is called as once we that is at a, we can call it as hardware level and the OS operating system level. The second level is database administrator. Database, sorry, there might be some, okay, I need to type and think and all. So yes, check it out, the spell check. Okay, some typing mistakes. Okay, database administrators are called as DBS. DBA positioners are also there. Yes, database administrators. Right. So prior to that, we will come to the, there is a one more, this is called as network administration. Yes. Because administration or administrators positions are there. Like because there is a setup of LAN, local area network, LAN, WAN, and again internet, global network. So when we go to the network administration, there is a CCNA is there. CCNA levels course is there. Cisco certification is also there. That A plus levels and all. There are some levels, and the network administration is also evergreen field. That is, this is a kind of how we are going to connect to the systems and protecting the systems from the hackers. That is called as cryptography, security, network security. Today's we are calling it as a cyber security. That is also comes under administrator completely. Yes, that is on demand nowadays. We very demand this thing. So this is kind of like administration of the other area, right? Internet and intranet completely. This is called as network administration area. So system administration, next network administration, because we have to have connectivity when global connectivity. Company is at one place, developer sitting at one place, and a client is at one place. And mostly we are using the public networks, public internet providers. When our company's confidential data is exchanging in the public networks, it should be encrypted properly. That's where our cyber security comes into picture. Very important role. Then this is DBA, database administration. So databases company is nothing but a any company, IT or non-IT company is nothing but a data. Every company have 10 years, 20 years, 100 years data, their customers data, their complete, their company's lot of information is there in the data format. So the data is stored in the form of database. So database, data security, data backup, data archiving, that is finally the protecting the company's data in a secure manner is the DBS roles. Then last nowadays there is a another demand called as cloud administration. Yes, that's where our DevOps comes into picture. Yes, okay, cloud administration, because there are two types. One way is you can keep all IT infrastructure at your company premises, and you can take the risk, all servers and all. That is called as uh, we have called as a offshore at a client place. We can keep it, okay, but nowadays is, so that is called as on premises. That is keeping all servers at our own place, our own center, so that it will be we can protect everything 24/7 monitoring. That is one old trend. That is called as keeping everything at our own premises, on premises, company premises. But nowadays, everything is on cloud. Some companies go in a hybrid model, on premises, on cloud. Yes. So where you are cloud computing, cloud is a very demand area nowadays. Okay. Yes, this is it's also evergreen field. Okay, right. Now we are into the like this is the overall administration areas, right? But now we will compare with development versus administration. Yes, developer positions are more whenever there is a paper advertisement. Administration positions are less. Okay. Next, developers can work in the mostly uh, 9 to 6 hours are client based timings. We will work US timings, UK timings, time zones, different time zones. We will work. But okay, right. But administration is 24/7 monitoring and support is required. So there is a three shifts you have to work. Shift wise, you are ready to work. And moreover, as I said, positions are more, positions are less. In a company, administrator positions are very less. Why? Because one time we will stabilize the system and process, and remaining next is we are only taking the backup, we are only monitoring. As and when if something is down, we have to taking care of what is the reason and how do we go for a kind of service maintenance activities or any kind of issue resolution at that level. This is very rarely happens. Okay, that's why this is also good on demand, but positions are less. You are ready to work in a 24/7 shift wise, duties are also expected. So, okay, and next, the nature of skills. A developer required this type of skill set. Tester skill set also, I told you, you have to test in thorough 360-degree testing skills required, right? I mean, thorough testing and for the proven purpose. Okay, before releasing to the customers, we will test thoroughly, and finally we will give it to the customer will test and confirm, yes, before launch date. Then the administration is very very sensitive area. Okay, because suppose as a developer, if I do some kind of by mistake, if I do some kind of wrong coding, while go for syntax check, we will come to know the errors. Okay, or syntax error or runtime error. At that time, there is a issue. We can correct the code and all. Can go back and correct the code. We can saturate the code as per the client expectation, as per our requirement, as per the required output, desired output. But when it comes to the administration is very very delicate, very sensitive. If you click on OK button or cancel button, you have to think a lot. This is a kind of sensitivity here in the administration. Okay, just one dialog box appears if you want to decisions. Important one OK does many things, many impact on the it will affect immediately, or one cancel also equally important. This is the sensitivity of the administrator. More accuracy is expected here. Very responsible job. Okay. Yes, this is what about the comparison. Then finally, I am coming to the last skill, that is nothing but training, okay, or mentoring or guiding, teaching area. So that this is very few people comes into the training level. This is only knowledge sharing. If you have a skill or passion to share your knowledge, okay, then you can be a mentor or guide or a trainer to the freshers or to the experienced people, because training is also evergreen field. In IT, learn is just like learning. When learners are there, then trainers are also equally required. Yes, learning and training both goes hand in hand, because that's why there is a separate department for as a training vertical. Because if new things comes, they will prepare PPT slides and all. It come trainers positions are also there. Internal trainers, in-house trainers, permanent trainers are there in every company. They give induction training, company completely basic training and all. They do conduct tests and all completely. Okay, yes, and because as a project manager, they will give KT knowledge transfer session. That is that is internal trainings. But formal trainings, yes, this upskill trainings are also is there. This is called as a yes, special unique skill. So, but when you become a trainer, first step is we have to work in the industry first. Industry, after industry experience, after having so many years of experience, then you can come back. You have a knowledge, you have experience on top of that, then you can come back and share your knowledge and experience to the next generation. Finally, you can be a good trainer to the good trainer and expert trainer also. Yes, this is the also on demand area. Yes, on demand area, right? This is about your overall fourth area. important area. Hope you guys understand the differences and all. Right? You got some clarity. How do we proceed with this? Right? Next. Right. Next, I'm moving to the next topic. Yes, the video might be lengthy, but still, I want to give and end with this. Very important skill, common skills required for all the positions. Okay, all the positions are very important skill is the uh, language skills, language skills, communication skills. Okay, yes, right. Communication skills in a yes IT industry. So communication is most important. Yes, to communicate with your team member, your team lead, or you may be the lead. You have to explain to the team member also. That is important. And moreover, if you go to the like you can take a session to the open auditorium session to the your colleagues or else to the client presentation, to the customer presentation or global presentation. Everywhere this is most important. So this is you will have to be a good communicator. So simply we can have a one way is basic communication, just to survival purpose communication. Second one is good or better communication. Yes, that is next level. Okay, and the third level is called as expert level communication. Yes, that means completely high level communication, expert level communication. So this is nothing but we leaving a lot of impact on the audience. That is called as a effective communication. We call it as finally effective way of communication. So we generally everyone begins with normally yes, everyone should go through these levels again. Yes, okay, this levels again. So finally, our target should be this level, because when we explain something, the people need to remember forever. That's what the anchors they do, the kind of celebrities and all. So that means this is a kind of effective communication with good accent, with good content, with this is most expected. Because see, in the IT industry, you subject can be developed overnight, no problem. You have less subject also, okay, accepted. So you can develop it overnight with by if you read F1 help or help library, if you go through it, we can develop overnight. But these skills you cannot develop overnight. This is it. You first we have to understand that I have lack of communication. I need to build these areas. I need to develop this area. Then understand, identify the areas, and start building, developing. Then you slowly daily use it, then one day we will be the will become a good communicator, effective communicator. This is most important, because I noticed that it's not like I am from English medium, but English medium guys also they are unable to communicate properly. Yes, that's why it's not like where you are from background only we can see that you can develop to any extent. That is because 21st century we are it, 21st century is for effective communication. This is expected, effective communication in the interview also, client presentation also, everywhere this is important in the industry. Yes, okay, very important. Yes, we can impress interior also, audience also, everywhere, right? This is one of the area. Second thing is that the language part, mostly global language, international language, that is English only important. The rest of the regional languages we don't talk. Yes, So any language can be developed by using, like we have, uh, what is that, LSWR skills. Listening, L for listening, S for speaking, W for writing, R for reading. Yes, this is what. Yes, so this is the way we can develop it. So we listening skills, when somebody, there is a, in companies we have global meetings, all hands meeting, completely when our company CEO talks, we have to listen, understands everything, because the IT is all about, yes, global, because we here this is called as, we can say that, interpersonal skills. Yes, here all are interconnected, because when you enter into the IT, we are working in a multicultural environment. Yes, sometimes we work with, we may be from Telugu, we work with Telugu with Tamil people. How do you communicate? The common language, we don't know Tamil, they don't know Telugu. Common English only the communication. We may work with South Indian with North Indian combination. We don't know Hindi, they don't know Telugu. Obviously, we have to go to the, yes, second level communication. Then sometimes we go with Indian versus US. The client is from US. Then at that time also we have to go to their accent level completely. So when we listen or speak, everyone need to understand across globe. Or when somebody is speaking, we have to catch and understand everything. That's what the final statement is. Okay, yes, completely. We work with different people, different mindset, people in the project, because overall IT is all about global. So global means we cannot expect always domestic clients. It is better to work with global international clients. That means from the any country. So at that time, English only the way to communicate. So we have to develop this area very in Deloitte. We have a specific test on English. There is there in Deloitte there are 7 levels interviews are there, 7 rounds. Yes, 7 levels interviews. At one level they check our English also. So what is your current level of in the English levels? Then every year you have to improve and improve and improve. Yes, this is level by level language skill development that matters a lot. Yes. Then again, our writing skills. Writing means it's not like typing skills. Here, our spell check purpose, Grammarly will help us. Grammarly tool, that will correct the automatically grammar check typing skills and all. But writing skills matters in the drafting skills. When we write a documentation, there our formation of sentences comes into picture, our narration skills, drafting skills. And when we write a corporate presentation or corporate mails to the higher levels, then when we write a mail, at that time how you are drafting is most important. That's where our, this is very important area to build and develop. And the reading skills are also important completely. So this is, I cannot go more than this. This is, I'm just creating awareness and importance of the language. So we have to daily spending time on subject is important. At the same time, spending time on the soft skills area is also most important, very much important. Okay, yes. And finally, the very important skill is, yes, this is, yeah, that is nothing but exploring skills. Actually, this is a kind of, this is, we can write it under a developer skills. Okay, because of course all position people need to explore further. Yes, whenever the task is given, we don't know the it may be simple or easy, known or unknown task. No worries. We have Google is there. We have a lot of Chat GPT, Perplexity. So many AI tools are there. You can explore lot of websites, lot of forums are there. You can post your query over there, ask, seek the guidance from the experts, and whatever the inputs provided by them, understand, come back and implement it in your program. Because nobody asks you whether you have written the code or you copy pasted from the different source. But finally, what is expected is you have to finally fulfill the requirement of the client. Okay, that's what. Even you copy from some source, that is not enough. You can copy the code, but you have to adjust the code as per the current requirement. For that also you have to have sound knowledge. Yes, it's not like you can get the guidance from anyone. If anyone can guide you to some extent only. Even to understand their guidance also we have to catch and understand and implement it. We have to have lot of knowledge and skills. So this is another important area, most important area for a this thing is exploring skills, the learning and exploring. Yes, okay, adapting to the new things, that is it's a continuous journey, that is one thing. Then finally it is applicable to everyone, and finally attitude matters a lot. This is very important area. What exactly is attitude? Is like attitude towards overall life. I am talking positive attitude is expected at every level, in the life also, overall life also, even in the company also, even in the project also, even in the team also, even in the current task also, everywhere, every level, this matters. Because in the company we are working with machines, that's okay, but we are not working with robots. We are working with the people. So when are there, team, this is called as a team building skills. Team building skills, team player. Yes, are you a good team player? That is the question. That means can you mingle with all type of people, all mindset people or not? That is only interpersonal skills. Okay. Yes, we have to be a good team player. Yes. Okay, that means we have to continue this project and all with a friendly manner. That is, you can help to your colleagues and friends. Even you can seek guidance from your friends also. That is team support to team building. Yes, this is important because project cannot be run by a single person. We have always work in a multiple teams. That's why in a team you can find, I told you, he and she combination, and different type of countries combination, different location combination, everything globally. At that time we should not show our attitude. We have to be more friendly and adapt, flexibility to adapt to the any new project, any new task, any new team, any new company. Yes, anything, quick adaptability. And this is uh, quick adaptability, this is what we can call it as this skill, we can call it as a quick learning skills. Are you a quick learner? This is also a one of the interview question. Yes, or else you can say voluntary statement that if you provide the opportunity, I am a quick learner, I can learn and prove myself if provided opportunity. That is also important, learning with passion. Okay, so I'm covering here and there. This is about our attitude point of view. Because of the wrong attitude, a lot of problems we are facing in the projects daily. Okay. Yes, this is about our next topic. Okay, right. And finally, we have to discuss the interview process. Yes, very, very important. Interview process. Yes, this is also, I will give some highlights here so that it will be helpful to you. So you may ask me, sir, before learning ABAP, why we need ABAP interview? Because I'm just preparing you. You may be a fresher. You have to know the interview process. Are you after again? We will cover end of the course also. Into before, at the beginning of the course, at the end of the course, it is good to have the interview knowledge. How you are going to, yes, conduct this, yes, attend this interviews and all. So quickly, another 10 minutes I'll take and end this session. So it may be little lengthy, but still I want to continue and close it. Okay. So first of all, what exactly the interview is? So interview is a kind of judge the candidate or aspirant whether he fits for our company or not. Yes, we have to judge within 30 minutes or 60 minutes. That means the half an hour or 1 hour time is given to us and we have to provide. See, this is a kind of candidate or aspirant to one side, and the other side we have the interviewer, right? So you are going to attend the interview. Suppose you will be act like a candidate. The other side, there may be a team will sit, or there may be a single interviewer can sit. Sometimes one or n people may take your interview, right? This is a simple process, we can call it as, right? So first, here I am not going to cover how to attend the interview, because that everybody knows about it, how to attend the interview. Okay, but here I am going to go in a different manner, how to conduct interview. uh, because I have attended n number of interviews, I have conducted many interviews also. I know left and right, both areas. So I'll share my knowledge, because there are special courses are there, how to conduct interviews are also there. That means if you know the other side of the game, that means what exactly their expectations, then you prepare. How you want to prepare also you will come to know. Yes, that's why. So first and foremost thing is, there is I undergone this specific course, like how to conduct interview, right? So interview could be initially first round, first level we will take a telephonic to check the basic knowledge. Second round we will ask face to face, directly face to face, or else nowadays Skype rounds, nowadays Teams round, okay, or Google Meet link we will share. They have to join remotely, or else directly we'll call them to the company only. Yes, that is face to face interview. Okay, clear? That is called as yes. Then third round, that means level 1 basics checking, level 2 the project based checking by the lead will take this second round. Finally HR will take the final round and they close the candidate. HR will only negotiate the pay package and I'll close it. For freshers point of view, there is a fixed package, no negotiation. Okay, simply HR will provide the offer letter and all. That's it. So fine. Now, yes, first and foremost thing is, as I said, it is could be 30 minutes or in 60 minutes. Yes, we will always cease inform to the candidate that priorly this is go from this time to that time. So you have to be available at that time first of all. So what we will do, we will get the resume CVs first. We will go through it, we'll take a printout and we will refer and go through each and everything, what kind of projects he or she completed. First, whether, because attending interview is very simple. Okay, we know the answer, we will tell, otherwise we'll say. But conducting is not so easy because we have to judge a person within 30 minutes. And not only judging, you have to give your own feedback. Whether you are accepting, you have to write the accept reasons. You are rejecting, you have to write the rejection reasons are also. So, but and at any point of time tomorrow, if there is a issue, they will drill down up to any level. Who, when, which date, who conducted, who recruited, who took the first interview, who took the second interview, why accept, why reject, why, what are the ratings, scoring, everything they will verify at the that level. That's why we are very responsible while conducting interviews. This is very responsible job. Yes, we cannot take as a light, and we this is a focused approach also, right? It could be any company, company to company. The interview standards also differs, but I am covering the most of the common process and most of the things, right? Suppose first and foremost thing is uh, what type of we will generally ask a question as a describe yourself, right, or tell me about yourself. Yes, why we ask this question, is you already prepared the answer, right? You know, you will about yourself. That is to check the comfort levels. If I give complete freedom or comfort, what exactly your performance? Yes, because you already prepared a question. I am also asking your prepared question only. That means if I provide complete flexibility, freedom, what exactly your performance? That is the hidden expectation of the known question. Okay, this is the way you have to understand. Right. Next, suppose how do we ask questions? Questions goes in this sequence. We ask complex question, then followed by simple question. Next complex question, then simple question. Yes, this way we will go with that. We don't ask complex, tight, very complex, high complex. No, we have to check their comfortable also. Yes, this is important. And the next thing is we will ask basic definitions. Basic definitions. Yes. When we ask basic definitions, basic syntaxes, yes, and all, that is to check the fundamentals. Fundamentally, the candidate have the knowledge, checking the base knowledge, ground knowledge, have the okay, having this knowledge or not will verify here. Yes. Because why the candidate must have the thorough basic knowledge. If you have basics clearly, fundamental clearly, then you can quickly adapt the project, because in the project everyone is busy with their own work and task. Nobody have time to give some all those stuff. Okay, we are here to work for the project, so that's why there is no discussion at all. That's why fundamentally we have to have a complete in and out knowledge that is verified. Yes, that's also very. If you are not clear on the basics, are also simply rejected. They don't continue. Okay, in general, yes. What happens? Suppose I ask a question. If the candidate is unable to answer, suppose no problem, but I will give some hint. I will give some kind of hint also, tips also, tricks also. After giving hint also, whether this candidate is able to catch, is connecting to the subject or not, we will verify. This is also kind of testing the candidate, because you are unable to connect to the question or to the topic or to the subject, then that is not at all entertained. Because why this is very important expectations. I ask a question, you are unable to answer, that's okay, accepted. But after giving hint also, tips also, you are unable to connect, then that is going to be a major problem tomorrow. Because what happens, Most of the cases, if I do conduct interview, tomorrow majority you work under me only. That's why if I will check this candidate is able to catch my inputs or not. Inputs or not. If the candidate is unable to catch my hints or inputs, he will become daily headache for me. That's why simply they reject here itself. So we have to be more clear to catch the that particular hints or tips or inputs. That's important. And we have a freedom. Candidate can ask a question for clarification. So we can clarify. If sometimes I ask a question, the candidate is unable to understand, then we will elaborate question. We will go question in detail one, but at that time also they have to understand and answer it. Next, suppose some answers we don't know. Some questions can be answered as a no also, no problem at all. Okay, answer can be no. Yes. Suppose I ask 30 questions in 30 minutes. You asked 20, you clarified 28 questions. For one or two, if it is beyond your limit, beyond your scope, then you can say that honestly, no, I don't know this. Or I never come across this case, this scenario, this situation, this type of work, this type of task. So that means honesty is verified here. Whether you are honesty to the company or not is checked here. Because don't try to give all answers as if you know everything. That's again wrong attitude. They don't select it. It is not required that you have to answer 30 out of 30. If you don't know, honestly you say I don't know. That's what expected. Okay, very very important. Yes. Okay, clear. So this is also, and some guys, if I ask a question, they give in detail elaborated answers. They take lot of time. They That's also not expected. Wrong attitude. Because see, what you have to do is you have to give to the point. Because if I ask some question, your answer to be more precise, more specific, more okay, to the relevant to the question. Because the question is something, answer is something different. You, if you give, if you are keep on explaining the known knowledge, that is not at all. Because here what is verified is this candidate is having focused approach or he is a detailed approach. That means this is also verified in this. This candidate is a what type of personality it is also verified hidden. Okay, because in interview only two things to be verified. That is nothing but one is attitude, second is aptitude. That means subject and attitude both will be verified here. So this is another kind of, so your answers to be to the point only we have to. And finally we will give the one type of real time situation, we will give real time scenario, we will give which is obviously beyond your level of expectation. We, if for the given situation we will narrate a one scenario where you assume that you are working in a project where you stuck this place, what is your next level, how do you approach or how do you solve this. We will give one type of real situation. Then what is your response, how do you solve, how do you come up with a solution, that is the question here. So for this, what will be your answer, whether you confused or you close your house or you look here and there, what is your expression, gestures also verified. Because why they ask this type of question, because tomorrow after hiring you, daily every day we will expect new task, new kind of scenarios. So when there is a new situation comes, what is your state of mind or what is your action plan, that is also verified, because working in a project is nothing but daily surprises. Daily we will come to know client is not satisfied, we have to do rework again, work again. So with a lot of patience we have to do, and we have to do it. Yes, we cannot burn out, or we cannot bounce back, or we cannot do. This is also verified. So what is your response if the question is beyond your limit, or if the task is beyond your scope? What is your response? Also verified. Even here also we have to be more honest. Okay, this is the way we do conduct and check the knowledge completely. And we ask questions from all topics. We ask all questions from the all the tasks you have done or work you have done, or else we can also check this is the work expected in our company, whether you know the relevant skills or not. We will sync with our company this thing, and finally we will come to know this candidate is fit for our company or not. We will finalize by looking at their dress code, their mannerism, their behavior, their attitude, their everything. Finally we will decide whether accept or reject. Okay, that is the final this thing. Okay, this is how the interview process will happen. That's why learning subject is one end, and how you are going to present in front of the interviewer is also important. That also you have to practice, practice, practice. Then only you can impress the interviewer, and you can crack the interview. You can complete successful interview over there. It could be telephonic or this thing, right? So this is what the overall. Okay. If you finally there is a question called as, if you have any questions, you can also ask questions. What kind of nature of work or what type of projects the company is handled and all. You can also ask those questions at the end of the interview, right? This is about our overall today's whatever I planned it. Almost I have covered everything. Okay, thanks for listening. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.